everybody, welcome back to Twisted Life of TV. This is travel. No, it's not travel. This is PNTV, Poetry's News and Twisted Views. I got a little confused on why this was not Travel and Talk, because I'm going to talk about something that happened on Travel and Talk, but this is indeed news. I got the Asian man to speak to me this morning. It's something about being nice. It's something about being nice to people that spreads that humanitarian cheer. I walked out the house this morning. I was taking out my trash. He was walking by. I crossed the street and said, "Good morning, how you doing?" And he said, "Hello, good morning" to me. We have already accomplished the dream before the end of 2023, y'all. We have already accomplished the dream. I told you I was going to get him to speak to me, and he smiled. I didn't even expect to smile back, too. He spoke to me and said, "Good morning." Okay. What you know about that? What you know about that? Okay. What you know about that? Okay. So if you're not sure what I'm talking about, run on over to Travel and Talk Tuesday that happened on Tuesday and listen to that video, and y'all can find out what was going on with the Asian man in my neighborhood. I didn't get his name. Next time I'm going to get his name. I'm going to make him speak to me a second time. I'm going to get his name the next time. All right. So PNTV, Poetry's News and Twisted Views. I did not really watch the news per se. Again, this is just the headlines. Again, this is just the headlines. A little bit. You know, I kind of got a little bit of insight on some of the stuff. First and foremost, for those of us who are watching this video, who are on YouTube, whether you be it on your phone, your tablet, or your TV, or your PC, if you're watching YouTube, just know that YouTube has issued a restriction on people who have ad blocker. So YouTube makes their money by running these terrible ass ads on their channel. I rarely see any ad that's worthwhile watching. I've had ads about, I told you I can't stand Temu. Temu ads come on every 20 seconds on this doggone channel. Y'all can skip them bitches if y'all want to. Them ads all the time. I get the Lume deodorant ads all the time. I get some sex novel. They reading the novel, and it's AI voice reading it. I get those. You get these $1,000 a month free benefits from the state if you follow those AI videos too, and they use the celebrity pictures. I get those commercials, and I get what else? It's something else that annoys the shit out of me. Oh God, my hair is tangled. It annoys the hell out of me. I get the weirdest ass commercials. YouTube don't have no good fucking commercials. So people tend to block them. They found apps to help you block videos specifically on YouTube. Now, your web browser may already have a built-in ad blocker because you don't want to have pop-ups and stuff like that. And you know, people go to sites for streaming sites that may be free, and they get all them pop-ups that may be virus. So they put ad blockers on their stuff, right? Well, YouTube's restriction is if you have ad blocker up, you can be restricted from YouTube. My daughter already got the email. She had to change hers and force hers, or they would lock you out of your account. They will block you off of YouTube if you have ad blocker. Because again, they want you to pay for, they either want to watch the videos or they want you to pay for the premium service. It's starting to affect their bottom line. So if you aren't seeing certain videos, or you ain't getting certain notifications, and you wondering why, you may be in the line fire of people who are about to be stricken if indeed you have ad blockers up. They are going to start controlling more of the ways in which ads can show up on our accounts. Now, we don't get paid number like a penny. I get paid 1 cent for every 1,000 views, y'all. That's how much I get paid from YouTube. But they running these ads that's sometimes 4 or 5 minutes long. Sometimes you can't skip over them. You know, you are forced to watch this shit while they trying to infiltrate your motherfucking brain with these old tacky ass products they putting out. And I'm like, YouTube used to have a way where we as the content creators can go in the system and control what type of ads we are showing on our channels. It ain't happening for me. I got so many, I had my stuff already pre-set up. You know, I don't want this type of stuff. I don't want this type of content showing during the midst of my videos. One being Republican campaigns. I don't want that shit shown on my channel. And it's some other stuff. Like, I try to block Temu, but evidently every time I play back my video just for the playback for the first time, that's all I see. I try to block a few other things, but you can block by category too. It's because I wanted my categories to be geared to what the fuck people watch on this channel. So I try to do like TV shows, movies, family commercials, you know, fun events, travel, food. I try to allow those type of things to come on. And then once I started getting back into the political game, I started allowing some politics. And I watch comedy all the time, so I started allowing the comedy to come through, things like that. But that ain't what I've been getting. But just so you know, if you have an ad blocker on YouTube, will restrict you from watching YouTube. They will block your ass or block your account. You may still be able... Can you view it? Oh, I forgot. I think my daughter told me you can't even view it if you have an ad blocker on your web browser. Now, like I said, ad blockers on web browsers are mainly for people to protect themselves from getting viruses downloaded on their computer. So I don't know how they are going to combat that. I could probably understand having the app, because they do, like I say, have specific apps that target YouTube ads. They do have those specific apps. I understand if those type of apps were being used and they to protect their business and their bottom line, they're restricting you from using those. But for the ones who have ad blocker already built in, like my Chrome has it built in automatically. I don't think it's turned on though. Because like you have the option to turn it off or on. And most people ain't going to be turning it off and on every time they log on to YouTube. So just for your knowledge though, that's what's going on with the YouTube channel. And if you're starting to see things like I say, I know in addition to YouTube is culling accounts, which basically means that they are going through channels, and apparently only smaller channels is what I'm saying this is being affected to. I ain't seen nobody with over 10,000 viewers being culled. If you got under 10,000, they are going through your subscribers and they are removing people that they feel are not real. If the person hasn't posted in a long time, they remove them from... Now, I know I got people on my channel that don't post all the time anymore. They don't even come to my channel all the time, but they still come back periodically, and they be like, oh, I had to find you, I had to search for you. People get their notifications turned off. The bells have been unrung, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what the heck but they really are focusing on small YouTube channels. Just in this last year, I had gained a lot of subscribers, you know, based off of the content I was posting. And I want to say maybe 222 in a year. That's big for me, okay, because I'm a small channel. I had gained 222 subs in the last year. YouTube has removed 128 people within the last 4 months. And they have removed people that I know are active accounts. Let me do my own color. When I see bots on my damn account, I block them myself. I don't need YouTube to be doing that for me. It's my fucking channel. Hell, the bots be giving me fucking views. That's the problem. The bots be giving me views. But fuck, y'all only paying me 1 cent every $1,000 views anyway. 1,000 views? Shit, what the fuck? Y'all care about... Okay, anywho, let me get off of YouTube. That was something else I was supposed to be talking about. I wasn't going to talk about YouTube at first. Hunter Biden. So, the Republican House Committee, again, is still trying their hardest to impeach President Biden. So, they have now subpoenaed Hunter Biden again. And his younger brother, I think his name is Jim. They were subpoenaing them to come testify in this witch hunt. Now, this is definitely a witch hunt to finally get some type of impeachment of President Biden. Let's see if I find it. I had to pull it up. Wednesday, they did this. Hunter and James Biden. They both are going to petition them, or they subpoenaed them to come in and to do a testimony to still try to find something. Again, they don't have anything to charge him with. impeachment wise or other, they are trying to find something. That's like a police all of a sudden start investigating me for no reason. They just figuring that somewhere along the line I may have done something criminally. They don't know what, but they figure that if they dig further enough, they gonna find something like a girl looking through her man's phone. They figure if they dig long enough, they'll find something, and then if they do, they try to exploit it. And half the time, they don't even understand what the fuck they found. But in this particular case, they ain't found shit. But they still going on. And with this new House Speaker, this motherfucker wrote The Handmaid's Tale. This bitch here, with this new House Speaker in office, he didn't mention that the impeachment was of importance, but the fact that they are going forth with this subpoena, yeah, he damn sure ain't disapproving it. He ain't disapproving it. It's stupid. It's ridiculous. I still, it just don't make sense, child. Speaking of don't make sense, Donald J. Trump, the 4 times indicted on 91 accounts to impeach former head of the United States person. I don't even want to call him the president. He in trial still through that civil case, and that civil case is a mess, child. You know, all his kids had to testify. I think Ivanka just testified the other day in regards to what they knew or their knowledge of the properties that have been misvalued. Trump's lawyer about to get a gag order posted on them because they now are going out to the media and trying to badmouth the judge and badmouth the case. I think Alina, I forgot her last name, one of his lawyers was saying something along the lines that she not being allowed to do her job as a lawyer. Sweetie, he's already been found guilty. That's what I'm not understanding. This is just to determine how much this motherfucker owed. But they trying to retry the case. That opportunity is long gone. There was a judgment entered in, a judgment entered in by Letitia James that says we think the judge can find this man guilty without even going to trial. The judge looked at the evidence and said, yes, I agree, guilty. That was your time to be a lawyer and try to defend his honor, not doing the sentencing. This is basically trying to determine what the settlement amount is. But they are really making themselves look bad in my eyes. I still don't understand how people that are continuously supporting him as a presidential candidate can't see this. Maybe they're not watching. They choosing not to watch. It's a choice. They're choosing not to watch. They're choosing to be blind. They're choosing to be dumb, stupid, and ignorant in supporting him. That's what they're choosing to do. He pissed them off, though, the other day, though, when he told them that he did not support a nationwide abortion ban. You know, because he wants to leave it in the hands of the state. That's what he did during his presidency. He's taking all credit for destroying Roe v. Wade and put it in the hands of the states. And he don't support that nationwide ban. So when he said that, boy, people got mad at his he got mad at his ass, his white ass. People was mad at him. They was mad at him, but not mad enough to not support him. Not mad enough to not support him. But speaking of that, we did vote on November 7th. There was some key states that voted. I was so disappointed in the vote here in Orlando. Okay, I had to research it because I was terribly disappointed. In Orange County, which is the county that I live in, there's Seminole County, there's Orange County, there's a few other Osceola County, but in Orange County, Central Florida, Central Orlando, there are over 800,000 registered voters. How many people showed up to the poll? 30,000, and that's in the mayoral vote. 30,000. There was other districts that was voting that less than 10,000 people voted for them. And this is why Florida is in the state that it is in. Because if this is any representation of how other counties throughout this state of Florida voted, this is why we're in the situation that we're in. Because we are not getting people coming out voting in these local fucking elections. These local fucking elections are shit that really matters. Look at fucking DeSantis' ass. That's how this bitch stayed in office so fucking long. Because people ain't coming out and actually voting. When I was at work, Not a single person other than myself realized that was the day to vote. And I know that half of them was just ignoring it because I've said it. I posted up in the break room. Make sure you go vote November 7th. Did they? Nope. Nope. Florida people are in I don't even know how we got politicians. Because Florida people overall seem to be in this delusional state of mind that they don't have to participate in politics. They don't have to participate in making sure the policies affect us as people. They don't care. They just let life happen to them. That's what the overall consensus is that I've been seeing when it comes to voting here in Florida. The polls be so fucking empty. So empty. I remember the polling place I used to go to down on the south. I hadn't voted over in this area before. I did mail-in votes. But when I went down in South Florida, not South Florida, but South Orlando, that was still Orange County, I would get in and out of the voting place within less than 3 minutes. It took them 3 minutes to find my damn name. That's how easy it was to get in and out. Because people don't show up to the polls. And that's so fucking disturbing. But people showed up in Ohio, Virginia, Kentucky, especially when that abortion ban was on the ballot. They showed the fuck up. They sure did. Now, I've been seeing a lot of talk about, it was something about a 20+ percentage or 20+ rate that's in Biden's favor in these key swing states that are normally Republican. And I'm going to try to explain that a little bit. Okay, so in these key states like Ohio and Virginia and the likes, President Biden's approval rating or voting rate was like 40% on average, okay? But there was an overwhelming amount of like 66%, 60 to 66% that came out on November 7th and voted against that damn abortion ban. And they voted, especially in Ohio, to actually put reproductive protection rights in their constitution. An overwhelming 60-something%. So that shows that with Biden's rating of 40%, that of people that actually voted for him in these swing states, and you got these at least 66% of people though actually came out and voted against that damn ban, that there is a 20, at least we're gonna round it down to a 20% rate of people that may be willing to vote for a Democratic candidate because of the abortion rights issue. That's how they're looking at that. So when you hear the pundits talking about that, that's exactly what's going on. It's not saying that Biden automatically has 20% more votes. It's just saying that these are the potential people that could, because the abortion rights issue is such a hot topic. Okay? When it comes to the polls, they keep saying how the poll numbers are not in Biden's favor, that Trump is still beating out people. He's been beating out his own people that's running against him by 40 to 50%. Like I said before in the last video, who are they polling? Who are these people that they are polling to get these numbers from? In previous years, if you pay any attention to politics, in previous years you would notice that the poll numbers rarely indicate how people actually vote when it comes to the presidential election. Like I just stated here, we got over 800,000 registered voters here, and just in Orange County alone, only 30,000 showed up to the poll. If they were to poll those 30,000 people to say, who they on certain topics, you're going to get a very skewed view of what the overall voting population when it comes to the president is like. Those 30,000 people wouldn't be accurately representing those 800,000 that will possibly come out and vote for the president. That's usually what happens. Most people only vote for the president, which I don't know how many times I can say it, that these local elections matter. I mean, all the way down to your fucking HOA president. This shit matters. Vote. the idea of not voting is sitting back and not saying a word on the ballots, or when it's come time when people out here on these parking lots want you to sign up and get stuff, measures put on the ballots, to walk past and ignore them. When it's time to do that, it doesn't make sense that people not act. That's the easiest way to be involved throughout the year. Going to town hall meetings, going to city hall meetings, or at least listen to them online, because everybody posting stuff online so you can know exactly what's going on in your community. Instead of just waiting to see what the president going to be the cure-all to the be-all. And then we sit here like, well, the president ain't never did nothing for me. Well, because he's over the whole fucking country. He or she has to make decisions based on the whole fucking country, even though they don't do that all the time, but that's what they're supposed to be doing. The local officials are the ones who's supposed to affect you more directly. Show up to the fucking polls. Oh! It irritates me so much. It just irritates me so much. Speaking of which, there was a third Republican debate yesterday. I haven't watched it yet. I'm gonna listen to it on while I'm at work. I posted up the link to one of the channels that I watched through, and it's because I enjoy his commentary along with the actual election going on. Like, he has some commentary between the commercial breaks. He had like a whole hour sit down before the debate even started. We had Chris Christie, Nikki Haley, Ron DeSantis, Vivek Ramaswamy. Am I saying his name wrong? I don't know. I probably don't even care anymore. And Tim Scott. Those are the 5 people that were debating. And you would think this would be a more easier debate to digest. Apparently not. Apparently it was still a shit show. These five people that's always just talking over each other and everything. But when I listen to the debate, I listen a few times. I may rewind a section so I can actually hear what each person is saying. I know that Vivek Ramaswamy and Nikki Haley kept getting into it, and she called him scum, which he is to me. Y'all realize Vivek wasn't even a fucking Republican 20 years ago. I think he just came out now and decided he wanted to be a Republican. Because he knew the same thing that Donald Trump knew, that a lot of Republicans are easily swayed. They like a showboater. They like somebody with a lot of talk. Oh, there was so after I watch it, I probably come back and give you my thoughts and stuff on it. But yeah, I haven't watched it yet, but there is a link on the community tab for y'all to go watch. There was an ad I was reading. I don't know how true it was or where I saw it at, but I'm gonna have to find it again. They said that when Donald was in office, in the case that he is incapacitated or he, something happens where he's not able to fulfill his duties, it has to be turned over to another person, right? And they were saying that he had turned it over to an AI, artificial intelligence, and then somebody had to walk it back. Biden had to walk that back to give it to the actual person. I'm gonna see if I can find it for y'all, child, because that's disturbing to me. That's disturbing to me. I know the AI is supposed to help benefit us in a lot of ways, and people keep telling me I need to be using it for my business. I'm just very leery about the artificial intelligence and how intelligent it is. It is programmed by humans, so there is a risk of human error within the program, I believe. But still, even the person who created it or who promoted it the most, he warned us about it. Hey, don't y'all watch movies? This is a TV and movie channel. Don't y'all watch movies? Go back and watch Strange Days. It's an old movie with Angela Bassett in it. Go back and watch Strange Days. It's stuff like that. What was another one? I think Continuum was another one. They were using. It took me a long time to get an actual Samsung watch or something like that, which I lost. I don't know where my damn watch at. It's got to be in the car in the house, something like that. It took me a long time to get a Samsung watch because I remember watching Continuum and they was controlling everybody by the damn watch. And there were some good things in the watch that I found, like the Apple Watch. There was a man who alerted the fucking medical, the ambulance care. He had a heart attack while he was running. His watch picked it up, and it was sent the signal to somebody, to emergency services. I could dig that, but then I was like, damn, I didn't know that much about you. I got nervous again. I know there's some benefits to advancements in technology. It's always a benefit of some sort. But in most cases, in this case, I think that it's going to be a bigger problem down the road. Like a lot of the AI situation is why the actors and things were on strike, because what they're doing is basically using their likeness and recreating I still have skin coming up on my lip, and recreating movies and videos using AI technology instead of using the actual actor or actress, and the actor or actress whose likeness they're using ain't getting paid for it. That's basically like making a clone of me and putting it in the damn and driving it and Travel Talk Tuesday, and YouTube stop paying me for it because it ain't really me doing it. That's unnerving. Very unnerving to me. I seen something, oh God, what was it? What was that? Was it at the football game? And they had some AI robots on the sideline. These motherfuckers look like real people. They had real fucking, they was trying to show real emotion, but I guess they can't feel real emotion. That's unnerving. It's a new movie out with David John Washington, Denzel Washington's son. Is it John David? I think it's John David. There's a new movie out with him that he's dealing with AI technology, and at some point the technology go awry and he got to save a little robot child or some shit like that. I haven't watched it. It seemed weird to me, just the movie itself, but I was going to watch it just for context, just so I, because like I told you, they be bringing truth to light in some of these goddamn movies. I'm late for work. Damn, I didn't expect to be late for work today. I've only been driving 28 minutes. I leave the house late. I don't know. Well, let me get off this video because it's almost 30 minutes long. I'm trying to keep it short. It's around 30 minutes. Sunday, I will be hosting a live cook and chat. I said I was going to do it around 5 p.m. I thought it was, because I'm watching TV and I got TV shows to review. Lawman Bass Reeves is coming out. The second part of the first premiere night. I'm going to post that video tonight. Kingdom Business, the second video has been posted. I posted it yesterday. Again, when y'all go to the videos, if y'all forget to like it up front. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to put myself back into the YouTube algorithm, and by hitting the like button, and this is like or dislike. If you don't like the video, hit the dislike. It doesn't matter to me. It matters to me which one, but it doesn't matter to YouTube's algorithm which one you hit. They just want to see that there's engagement on the channel. If you choosing not to like or dislike the video, leave a comment about the video itself. If you just tell me hi, that actually doesn't help, because you have to have watched at least 2 minutes of the video. And if you don't just tell me hi, wait at least 2 minutes into the video before you do that. I'm fine with just hi. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to build my engagement back up again, so I wouldn't be in threat of losing my YouTube partnership. And I'm going to try again to post more videos throughout this month. It's not going to be like October was. October was every day. I don't know. I might end up doing every day, depending on how I fucking feel. But I'm still going to try to post up some random ass videos throughout the month. Just so we can try to build up content and engagement on this channel. I thank y'all for being here. I appreciate you. Like the video, comment on the video, share a video on your Twitter page, share a video with your friends. Say, hey, you seen this girl? Watch her. Okay, all that stuff. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. All right, talk to you soon. Peace.